Okay, I am live. Hello, test. Test. One person. Richard, hi. How are you? Welcome. Well, I can't wait to get the new studio up and running. That's for sure. Can you hear me okay, Richard? Hey, Cindy, how do I sound? Can you hear me okay? Loud and clear. Good. Richard, good, Marty. Yes, sounds good. Okay, good. Thank you for the feedback. Oh, it's hot here in Arizona. Let me tell you. It was 108, 109. I had to go over to Home Depot, and it was like 109. They're about 200 feet below us in elevation, so it's all downhill. And I had to go over there pick up some more material today. But what do we got? Richard, Cindy. Cindy's got to have questions. Come on, Cindy. There's three people here. Who's that? We got Cindy, Richard, participants. Richard, that's us three. Richard, Cindy, no Darla. She'll get a notification. And Bruce said he might be on. It's funner with Bruce. Oh man, Cindy, what did you think about the dome? I started putting it together up on the roof, and I already had issues with the roofer's job, so I've got him coming back before I start bolting that thing down to the roof up on the second floor. There's my daughter, Christina. Hi, Christina. Hello? Where do I see? Here we go. Christina, hi, Dad. Hi, Christina. You got only 102, aren't you, Richard? Aren't you up in the west? No, you're in California, aren't you? Christina, what's for dinner? Oh, the roofer. He didn't torch down the roof all the way in a couple places, and it will definitely leak since I built it as a flat roof. And I don't want water coming in once I have a first rain, so I can't bolt the dome down to the roof line until and finish completing it until the roofer comes back and fixes it. It's a torch down where the two roof layers melt together from the torch, and they coagulate and they create a waterproof seal. So without that being done properly, and I didn't get a proper seal, I go ahead and I bolt that thing in, then all of a sudden I got to take apart 2 days worth of work just to get the roof repaired. So I want that fixed before I move forward. Here we go. Now we're going to say, hey, Bruce. I am watching, man. Thanks, Bruce. Brian Travis is here. I don't know Brian Travis. Hey, Marty, it says. Brian. Where is Brian located? Cindy, Brian, Richard. Richard's in California. Christina's here in Phoenix. Christina, say hi to Bruce. My daughter's online. Richard. See, you know what I'm talking about then, right, Cindy? Good thinking. We just had a new roof put on last summer. Right. And would you put a dome on top of that roof if it leaked? No. Cindy's in Tennessee. There's Bruce saying hello to Christina. But man, I wanted to be able to kind of like Wi-Fi and kind of show you guys around the site. In my office here is so boring. You're looking at a bathroom door. You got a moon globe in the background. And I got my son's computer right here. We had to take away one of his peripherals. And we got the new monitor down underneath there, the new Dell Ultra Sharp. That came today. But we're still waiting on the processor from Britain. I had to order the Intel 10940 processor. It's only a 14 core, but it's a 9.9, 3000 megahertz speed, but then it goes up to 4800 and it's a 28 thread. That's 14 core, so it becomes a 28 thread operating computer, which will do many things very, very fast. I mean, it'll have no problem running the scope, controlling the dome, controlling the camera, as well as processing the images and saving them down. It should be a blink of an eye. I should be able to even do videos and just as fast as I can make them with this new computer that we've got coming up. All the parts are in the closet, but we're still lagging the processor. And I had to pay an additional $300 for the processor just to be able to buy it because China is not shipping to the United States, and all electronics right now, you can't find go online, people, try to find a video camera for your home computer. You won't find one. Everything's sold out because of all the kids doing homeschooling over the summer. And China has just like held the world ransom here on electronics, and they continue doing it. I don't know what's going to happen, but it ain't going to be a very fun Christmas this year. That's for sure. I don't see that. Can't get any electronics. Cindy Lou, who James has the chicken coop cabin. My stepson almost done, and that means I get my studio. Ah, sweet. James is building Cindy her own studio, so she don't have to sit out on the front porch anymore. Way to be, James. That's great. Do some acoustics in there, something to absorb the sound, like a rug, something on the wall. You don't want to make it sound too tinny. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do on the observatories. What do you call it? The observatory's office and the new studio up there. I think I've even looked at an acoustical board that you can actually mount to the ceiling to absorb sound. And it's going to be, it's only 10 feet deep by 11 or 12 feet long, so it's not that big of a room. And the ceiling's super low. It's all drywall. I'm going to do a wood floor in there, but trying to figure out what to do for acoustics. No carpet. You don't have carpet up there. Christina, hi, Bruce. There's Christina saying hi, Ben. It's going to be awesome. Yes, it will be, Bruce. It will be awesome. We got to come up with the mount. That's the biggest thing. James is chicken coop. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Brian. Thanks, man, for that coming by. Cindy Lou will be cedar, so that absorb. Yeah, Cindy's saying her chicken coop interior walls are going to be cedar. That's awesome. You can even do a semi-transparent stain on it and still get good acoustics absorption in that. That's good. That's neat stuff. You can't use cedar out here in Arizona. It just dry and split and crack. Redwood, I've done a couple wine cellars on some of my projects. Redwood seems to last pretty good because when you do a cooler or a walk-in wine room, you get humidity buildup in there, and it really makes it nice or dry. I mean, you can control the humidity. but I've done a couple of those. Hello, Kevin Animus Vlogs. Hello, host. Hey, Kevin, welcome. Welcome to Carefree Observatory. I'm just talking a little bit about our build. You guys got any questions on the construction of the build so far? We're getting ready to finish the patio right now, so the lather can come back and finish his stucco, and then I can get inspection, and then he can apply the concrete base coat to the house. Once that happens, I can start digging my trenches all the way back to the electrical panel at the other end of the house or the backyard, and install the sub panel once I get a brown coat on the building. And when a couple of my videos, I think I've shown where all the wires come out back by the pool equipment and everything, and the back side of the addition, which would be the north side below the telescope room. But we get cedar 25 cents a foot here. Man, that's like Chicago. I used to use the crap out of cedar building with it because everybody loved this stuff. But out here in Arizona, the only real wood species we could use out here for a natural wood would be alder. And it's a nice red softwood. It's almost like a redwood. Super soft. Stains up really good. I don't know if I got a sample of it. You may have a door in the other office, a cabinet door in alder, but that's pretty cool stuff. Glad to be your host. Thanks, Kevin, for coming and stopping by. Cindy Lulu, hi. Natalie Williams from Michigan. Hey, welcome. Thanks for stopping by, Natalie. Mark's here. Hello, Kevin. Michigan, Dowagiac, the only place. Kalamazoo, Michigan, I've been. Dowagiac, Michigan. A buddy of mine had a house on Dowagiac Lake, or some lake over there in Dowagiac, Michigan. That was years ago, probably 40 years ago. My brother ran a radio station in Kalamazoo. That was interesting. My high school days, I used to go over and visit them. It was like a college town type deal. I'm going to be on some brews. You see it's on. Cindy asked, did you say you would be able to maneuver the scope remotely? Oh, well, most definitely. It's totally computer controlled. You can do it manually. I'll have a virtual sky. The PlaneWave software that comes with the mount gives you you set up your location, your alt, and your horizon. You get it all dialed in, and you get a virtual sky on your monitor. And I could highlight a star, and the dome will turn, and the mount will also turn the scope and lock onto it. And all I gotta do is hit track, and it will stay just perfectly still on whatever object. I mean, obviously the Earth is, rotating in its rotation, but as we follow in the sky, I mean, it's a true lock. I could do the same thing I'll be able to do the same thing with the moon. I'll be able to lock onto a crater and watch it for hours without the scope moving, not even a blink. It would just be how my camera is now. There'll be no vibration, there'll be no stuttering, there's no motor movement or moving back and forth, no shuddering on the tracking. That's how smooth it will be. It's a total. This is if you guys really are interested in quality mounts and telescope, you got to go check out PlaneWave. It's they're California based, I do believe. They make some of the parts. It's a U.S. made mount, and the motor parts all come from the U.S. They're all made here in the United States. Software is all designed to work with ASCOM. The ASCOM platform, so it works with all the cameras, and you can integrate domes, cameras. What else on it is I'm trying to think. the tracking, for the tracking on it. Then you can also hook up and connect autofocusers as well as the filter wheels. All that will come into play. But if you have a color camera, a CMOS camera, I've been looking at different ratios, and I've been asked Bruce even to talk to people about it, try to get an open discussion about with 4064 true focal length. You're talking optical focal length, not digital like this P1000 digital camera. It's not a true. That's not a true. You may get maybe 500 or 1,000 focal length, but when you're talking true focal length, optical focal length, nothing can beat that. And you can just take a 2x multiplier, and then I cut down the f-stop ratio, which you want a lower f ratio anyway, because it gives you a higher depth of field when you videotape or shoot photos. But when you're doing deep space photos, you don't. You really want brighter because you want to pick up as much as possible. But when you're doing lunar, you can do an 8,000 millimeter focal length, and then plus you got your digital zoom after that. So you could take 8,000 focal length and turn it into 16,000 millimeter just by 2xing it in digital. But then that's when you start to distort it out. There's that fine line, and Bruce takes it right to the edge, which is just awesome. And he comes up with some phenomenal video. He just I don't know how I can say it. Is just put it out there, and a lot of people have looked at it, and some critics criticize it, but it's there. The stuff is up there. You don't just get stuff coming up off the planet and taking off. Come on, people. It's there. You can't deny what Bruce has put out there. The way I look at it is he's, I don't know, what do you call it? What do you call you, Bruce? What do we call you, God, as far as researcher? Being so far the best researcher out there? I don't know. Where are you? You still here or what? Oh, there he is. Yes, Cindy. Maybe he's on the phone. I don't know. We can't really call Bruce God, but I call him the facilitator of this whole thing. There's a lot of guys out there copy a lot of other people's stuff. All moon. Yeah, he is the moon man. Bruce is all moon man. P1000 has 3 millimeter. True focal length? And what is it? That's the... But you're saying that it has a full true 3,000 focal length. Okay. I don't know. I just rather have what I'm putting into it. The aperture and the size of it, and the mirror and the quality. You can't surpass Cindy. That's a great thing. Bruce has something along those lines, I think. As far as the camera, no, who is it? Just bought one too. Super Dave 44 just bought one of those too. I used to have a 900 cool pics, but I jumped over to Canon. I wish I kept with the Nikon though, because they came out with that 850. Bruce is gone. All right. What else? What else we got? Bruce sees the moon. Yes, it does. Mark. I'm clueless to what that means, Mark. What are you talking about? You want to know about focal length, Mark? So that lens is a fixed lens. You can't change that lens on that P1000, Cindy? We're talking about Nikon has a P1000. It's like an all-in-one camera. It shoots video as well as movie, and that's what a couple of our group have. Cindy bought one, which she gets a lot of great moon shots with. Cindy, what tripod do you have with that? Do you have like a dampened tripod you use that on? But it doesn't track, right? You've got to just set it and not move it and not touch it and then let the moon go by. Is that how you do it? Or do you try to, move the camera with it? Not sure, can't. No, sure can't. Yeah, in other words, you can't track the moon as it goes, but you have you've got a good tripod head, right? I mean, I've seen the video; it's pretty steady. So Mark, we were talking. What I was talking about is, though, I bought in my videos on my channel. I've ordered, and I have an OTA. It's a 16-inch f10, 4064 total focal length. It's a true lunar astronomy OTA, head, telescope head. And I'm going to be mounting that to a Planewave L350 mount, which is what the government uses for missile lock and missile tracking when they, on some of their defense stuff. From when I was talking to the salesman, they sell a lot of stuff to the military from Planewave. They actually have their own classified series on some of their stuff, but they are a supplier to the U.S. military, Army. I think it's Army. And they're a pretty big company out of California. It's called Planewave. But I love their stuff. It's just great. Zero backlash, very smooth. It works off a magnetic pulse. No gears. See, I have a Silk Pro Heavy Duty. I lock it down. Yeah. Bruce has even talked about, Cindy, when he puts his tripod out there, he'll even mount another weight from, if he doesn't use his telescope, counterbalance weight, he'll put one of those on the bottom of that on his telescope, really to make the telescope heavy down. So if he does go to move it, there's no bounce. That's just a little trick that I think he showed that last movie or last video or a couple videos ago, which is really kind of cool. I didn't ever think about that, but that's true. You put more weight on the head or on the weight on it, somehow you can mount weight underneath it. That makes the telescope, you said it's 4 pounds, so there's no way it could hold up. Let alone steady. Well, you were talking, didn't you? I thought you were getting a heavy duty. I need a weight for the front of the camera. I got a ducktail mount. It helps. So it gives you a little bit more weight, right? The ducktail. It's called a ducktail mount. Can't hold the camera up without a tripod because it's too heavy. Because the camera weighs 4 pounds with that lens. You don't, okay. So when you mount that camera, does it have like on the lens a mount for the tripod? Is that kind of like where the balance point is? Does it have like on the bottom of the lens someplace, a place to screw in? Like here, for instance, I got this. This is a image stabilized Canon. This is a 2.8 with built-in image stabilizer. This is a $2,000 lens, but it's an f1.8, and this thing has the mount here. So you see, it's got the mount here on the lens, and then your camera body will sit back here. But I'm just talking about how big is that? How big is your lens compared on the front of that P9? Compared to like the length of this. This thing's probably 10 inches long. The focal length's only 70 to 200, but it's super quality. U.S. made. You never buy the Japanese made lenses, that's for sure. They don't warranty them or take care of it like they do. Downtown, oh, it weighs 4 pounds. What's about to say? Yeah, it's freaking lenses, all those optics, that's for sure. Cindy, what do I do here? 25 minutes. You know what I ought to do? I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about couldn't I do like a live stream? There's this guy that I subscribe to. He's down in Phoenix. Couldn't I put like a live stream camera up on like the corner of my building, just looking back at my building, like a 24/7 camera? I mean, would that count as like hours of watch time when people would like go to watch it and see what's going on during the day? I was thinking about doing that. Bruce said he thought it would maybe work. Yeah, if you're in live stream, 24/7 live stream in Martin's garage. Oh, I want to do that though with, hey, Crying Hippie. Cheers, man. What's going on? Did you get a notification? Bruce was on here a little while ago. We're talking about cameras. Crying Hippie, you got a camera? You got an iPhone 4. No, my boy had an iPhone 4 for years. We all have iPhone 4s. Nowadays, it costs you what it costs. Like you can buy a laptop for less. You know that, right? Laptops are cheaper than iPhones. I think the memory's about the same. Oh, that's cool. So my vids are on channel are from an iPhone 4 or older. 10 years. I got a tablet here, but I couldn't do. Maybe I need to do an update or something. It's just a smaller tablet. But I was going to try to see if I could walk around the site and use the camera on that, and then do like a live stream, kind of walk around the project. I want to be able to do that. I have a GoPro 7, but the thing is, the thing dies out 15, 20 minutes from the heat. You get so hot. The ambient heat here in Arizona hits that 10. Today was what, 108 or 109 out there, and I put it up there and I mounted it. Even put a shade board over it so it would sit in the shade. But it got so hot, the thing shut down. It overheats. Yeah, they are only good for camera after they did an update, really. Oh, okay, you're talking about the iPads? Brian Hippie? 2 socks, 1 plastic ice cream. Yeah, that's an idea. Ice them up and put them in a bag. I never thought of that. I'd say, wrap them with a sock around the bottom of it. Yeah, and that may work with the GoPro. But that's my issue. I wasn't able to do a video this week. Well, every time I started, it cut out. The camera would shut off. It's been hot. 110. all week. It's just brutal. We've been up on the roof, and every time I put a camera up there, the thing shuts down. Even my mobile phone overheated in my pocket. It's almost not funny. It's temperature too hot, you know. It comes up with the warning on the front of it. It says it's like leaving it on your dashboard in your car, forgetting it. And you gotta wait for the thing to cool down, or you gotta put it in front of your air conditioner vent to get the thing to cool off. You know, ice packs wouldn't last very long, but that might be an idea. Can random people come and use your observatory? Would people be able to rent it out? What, for a night, Christina? Nah. There's Bruce. Hey, Bruce, did you get something to eat? How's that voice? Did you try some Southern Comfort yet? That works for me. Bruce lost his voice, crying hippie. He's just like lost it. I mean, it's just gone. I don't know who you're screaming at. Nobody to scream at your house, Bruce. Waiting until 6 a.m. What happens at 6 a.m.? Oh, party or birthday or something. Hey, Christina, first I gotta finish this thing first. I sound like a pigeon now. Oh, dude, that sucks. Bruce, you gotta take some Southern Comfort. It's the licorice liqueur stuff, and it just like melts all that crap in your throat. I wish I had a shot right now. I have nothing. Sunrise tequila works, yeah. That's crying. I think that's what crying hippie's talking about, maybe. Crying hippie. Was the bottle half full, Bruce, before it just disappeared, or what? I'll get some tomorrow. Yeah, just a little pint bottle, you know. Southern Comfort. Anytime I ever got sick back east from having a cold, Southern Comfort, boom, I was good in an hour. Yeah, stumbling around. No, my voice, not the bottle. Ha, ha. Sing that song Far, Far Away. LOL. Guitar man. That's funny, guitar man. I grew up on Southern Comfort. Yeah, that's good stuff, isn't it? Didn't do much for hair on my chest, but it's good stuff. That's what we used to drink the shots of. We drink beer, and then we do the Southern Comfort chasers back at the bar back in the days. And you know, I don't see here Darla. Darla did. She wondered if she got a notification. We need to make her a moderator. Hey, crying hippie, you want to be a moderator? We can make you a moderator. Add moderator. Crying hippie is now a moderator. Christina, you want to be a moderator? All right, Christina Holmes is now a moderator. Here, need some help? Yeah, all the trolls. I'm getting an infection from Bruce's channel with all these trolls. Yeah, sore throat yesterday. Crying hippie, but now it's just the voice is gone. Oh man. Christina, you're a moderator. Congrats, crying hippie. Hey, Richard, you want to be a moderator? I didn't even think about you, sir. I didn't know if you were still there. I didn't see you. I can make Richard. He's my first guy today. I'm going to make Richard. See, we got all moderators here now. More the merrier. Bruce, they love to you. They love to. The trolls. Yes, the trolls. Bruce's trolls. They're like cockroaches. You got to call them cockroaches, Bruce. Get down and dirty. You know what I mean? Push finger gently on the side of the button of the jawline from the tip of the jaw to the ears, looking for the sore spot on the bone. Okay, yeah. Just kind of, oh, Christina, what was it that Bentley had with the glands? The butt glands. Our golden retriever had infected butt glands going on. You got to find the glands that are sore on your neck. Tarman, Crown Royal. Yeah, that's good stuff. Canadian. Crown Royal Canadian whiskey, right? I used to go by that guitar, man. Crown Royal with Canadian whiskey. That was my call letters back in the day when I was in the 70s, mid-70s. CBs were really big. Everybody had a home base with a high gain mic. And then they came out with 23 channels. Then they went 40 channel CBs back in the day. Bruce, you remember that? CB days? Did you have a home base CB or on your car back in the day? Maybe you're too young for that. Oh, anyway, but my call letters were Canadian whiskey, KHA 6594. I still remember my license number. God, that's 45 years ago. That's crazy. CWW, Canadian whiskey. Yeah. CW, hey, you there? Eno expression glands. How's Rob doing? Can we talk about that yet? Christina? I did lower side Ventangle Alpha 354. What's that, Bruce? What's Alpha 354? I did upper lower side. I reported him, so I just, in case, just joking. Anyway, I know I cough into my hand. I'm the only one in this guest house. Okay. No problem, kid. How funny. I can tell Bruce, though, on the phone later, right? What went down? That's okay, right? It's not public. You had the big bass. Did you have the lollipop mic? What do they call it? The high gain chrome. My buddy Pat had one of those. Me, I had a Regent or Royce mic. It was a high gain because I ran a Royce 40 channel mobile with a home base Omni antenna on my chimney, which was 2.5 stories up off the ground. We would get 30, 40 miles. Around Lake County in Illinois back in the day with our CBs. We talked to people, in Itasca on good nights on our CBs. And those things were 4 watts back in the day? That's all the power they'd only let us have. I think they were only 4 watts. But when you use the high gain mics, you could get further. Grand hippie, nasty Chihuahua from Mexico, a rescue, but it has the nasty. Chihuahua from Mexico, a rescue, but it has the ant gland thing that showed me once. Once was all I needed to see. The poor dog got complex after it sniffed at me for looking at it. Oh, Bruce. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's Crying Hippies, Chihuahua. I thought it was Bruce's. Bruce had an American Eagle dog. Did it have an anal gland issue? No, my wife had told me something about the dog was pooping and it had blood in his poop. And she was really concerned about it. And we didn't know about these anal gland things. And $200 later and $40 worth of medicine later, the dog's back home, right? It looked like hemorrhoids, really. It was vet taught him how to squeeze it so it would get big, and man, I didn't want to know. Poor Taco Bell dog. Oh, my dad had a ham radio. When I was a kid, I learned Morse code. Cindy, you know Morse code? Serious? We would just sit there and talk on the radio all night long. It wasn't as good as ham radios. There's one guy up on the mountain that has a ham radio, and that antenna is huge. And he's got an extent. It goes up another 100 feet on top to get up and over the hill, because he's like on the side of the hill. But I've seen that antenna way in the air, and that thing is huge. I mean, it's got to be 150 by 150 square, and it's right at the northern tip of Scottsdale. We had a CB when my family went to the Azores. I was talking to truckers on the East Coast of the U.S. back in '83. Yeah, that's right. 83, 70. We had them. We hit that back in Illinois. CBs were big in 74, 75. My dad hated it because we didn't have cable back then, let alone internet, right? You know, everybody in Chicago area had antenna, just standard antenna. So when you talk on the CB, it would trash the TV signal. I mean, it would just make it all crazy, and we would bleed over into the TV. So my dad hated it. So we would have to wait until our parents went to bed and jump on the CB. Kind of like what my son does now. He's up all night playing games and watching YouTube stuff. So I guess we're kind of like similar in some respect, but we wouldn't be up. I wouldn't be up past 11 o'clock because I had to get up and go to school or go to work the next day. You know, there's a limit. Let's see, Cindy, I'm almost 54, and I learned it when I was 10, so I have forgotten most of it. Oh, Cindy, you bet you can pick it back up. Once you've learned something, it's easy to refresh. Zombie Best TV. Yeah, the Royce was a pretty good one. I like that thing. K40, nice setup. Bruce had a K40 mic, and like Marty said, it was like started alarm systems off in his store. Yeah, the radio signals, because the K40 mic, you turn the gain up on that thing, you'd talk over anybody in the area. You wouldn't need power; it's just gain on the microphone. Buddy CB. No, my buddy Pat, he had I think it was a Radio Shack base station. And he had the lollipop mic on that thing, and that thing just blared over everybody. If anybody was talking and he didn't like it, he'd just interrupt and jump in and just start talking. It was crazy. Sounded very popular to Bruce. No matter what you get, there's always someone with something better. No, man. You know, Bruce had a killer setup with the K40 mic. I had a Royce with, I'm trying to remember the microphone. It was black, but it was a high gain, and it had the gain control on the back of the microphone, along with the function button on it. And it even had a mute button, or you can mute the unit. It was an extra because Royce made it for their unit. But I had a power supply. I boosted my power supply into the under dash CB, which I built on for my desktop, and I was using one of those. And that was it had side. I think I had sideband on that thing too. Yes, he very cool. I have all similar childhoods. Yes, because we're all. Well, I'm 62. I was born in '59. So, Bruce, what year were you born? Bruce is a puppy. He's a young guy. The President Lincoln had a nice CP. I would have got that if I was looking to spend $250. Bruce, I did sideband and upper lower. Yeah, okay, because the CBs had that. There was an option you could buy it with or without it, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And Pat, my buddy Pat, with his CB, he didn't have that because he went with the Radio Shack, but it didn't have upper and lower sideband, I don't think. Or maybe it did. It was a base station. 75, because we went into high school. We were freshman year out of middle school, grade school, and then we went to middle school, and then to high school because we started freshman in high school in 74. So freshman year, sophomore year is when we got into CBs and then mini bikes and stuff like that. It was always fun growing up. This when we were all played outside and didn't sit in our houses on our computers or watching TVs or into our mobile phones or electronic devices nowadays. Yeah, it was more CDs, QC codes and numbers. Yeah. Well, do you remember your CB license call? Did you ever get a license to operate a CB, Bruce? It was mine was KHA 6594. Canadian CW, Canadian Whiskey was my call letters. That's what I was saying. You guys started talking about Canadian whiskey, or Zombie was talking about Canadian whiskey, and I thought, I was like, oh yeah, that's what got the conversation going that way. I need a haircut, man. My hair's so long. She's like a week out. Every time I call her, the times don't work. My hair is getting too long. It's so freaking hot out there. We take our electronics outside, so it's all good. Well, there you go. Mobile with good Wi-Fi, right, Cindy? Yes, and my name was the Englishman. The Englishman. Nice. Oh, hell. My daughter's still here. No, she booked out. She'll come back on. She's probably driving around this. With their cars. He hated them in there. Goes back even. Oh, what the heck was I going to tell you? Something. One of my suppliers lives in Quebec, Bruce. I'm trying to think who it was. They said, well, I'm located in Quebec. And I was like, really? But I buy from this guy all the time. I'm trying to remember what it was. What is it by? He was one of my suppliers. Told me that his whole family's from Quebec, Canada. And they said, well, I got a good friend now up there in Quebec, Bruce Schwartz. Oh, it's a small world. I'll think about what he does. Thinking it was my monitor guy. He had a store on, wasn't on eBay. It was eBay. That's how I found the monitor. I found a really good one. Hey, Christina's back. What's the name? I'm trying to think of it. I'll think of it here in a bit. 429 woot woot. Oops, 420. I wonder you lost your voice, Bruce. Sounds like a great idea. What's a grand idea? Where's Crying Hippie's comment? A zombie. Not many CB antennas and car roofs are home, so it was easy to track down the trash talkers back then. Yeah. Liam Brown, hey guys, I managed to stay up and catch your live stream. Hey, Liam, thanks for stopping by. Says Liam Brown, Liam Stewart Brown. Well, welcome, thanks for stopping by. We're just talking about CBs back in the day when we grew up. A lot of us remember those early days before China had a hold on the world and their electronic peripherals these days. What do you guys think about that anyway? I've been here, haven't left. Oh, Christina's there. Liam Stewart Brown, hello. So that's my question to you people out there. What do you guys think about this hold that China has on the world? Here it is going middle of July. They haven't shipped any electronics out of China for 2 months. You can't find a webcam online. They're not in the stores. You can't find processors. You can't find computer parts. I started building my computer. What is it? Off to the bank. What do you gotta go to the bank for? Isn't it closed? Voice is gone entirely now. Nice, Bruce. Sorry for making you laugh. Poor Bruce. Pick up some Southern Comfort. You'll be fine in the morning. I say buy American. That's right, Cindy. That's Cindy's comment on China's foothold on the dependency that America and the world has on electronics. I agree with that 100%. You got to get back to where America will always ship to anybody unless there's an embargo on a country for not acting right or, human rights issues, which is fine with me. They don't treat people right. They don't need to get what we built. But if we have something they want, we should be able to cut them off. Yes, listen to Cindy. Buy American. That is correct. It wasn't 12 years ago, Mama said, let's all outsource everything. Work smarter. Let's all go to school. Now the liberals want to turn around and forgive all those college debt. Free school. Oh my God, don't get me started on politics. But it's just like, let's, spend all that money and then the government just gives it all back. I don't know how that's going to work. Debt forgiveness on school loans. I think that's the big thing these days in America. I get emails and phone calls for that daily. Wash away your student debt. I mean, yeah, they should buy American. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Christina. Trump's calling the virus Kung Flu. I think Trump will have no problem. I think all these polls that this fake news or all these stations are putting out there, I mean, they may be close, they may be whatever, but I just don't think, come November, nobody's going to put a guy with dementia in the White House. Nobody is that dumb. Come on. and then his running mate will turn right around and say that he's incompetent and he needs to be removed and put in a home. Why? Why would any, so that would be technically electing the VP is what will happen if it does go down that way. But I think come November, all the conservatives will jump on the bandwagon and they will put Trump right back. And that's all I can do is hope, because my economy has been doing pretty well. The virus thing has destroyed the world's economy, but I think in time that'll all, come back. The economy everywhere was pretty damn strong. So we'll see. It said, make liberals cry again. I like that, Natalie. If you can find one, let me know where to get one of those. Make liberals cry again. Yeah, that would be, let's hope. I'm hoping. I don't know. I just can't see Sleepy Joe in the office. Oh my God. Mr. President, wake up. Afternoon nap's over. You got a meeting with the Prime Minister. Who? I can only see. I have $75,000 in student debt and make payments every month. Cindy, oh my God. For what did you go to school for? Was that underneath the Obama plan or what? 75,000. But hey, maybe I should forward you some of these emails on how to get that wiped out, that 75 grand. I get these emails all the time. I don't even have a student loan, but I get them. I get all these emails. Mark's taking off. Mark, okay, you got to take care of Mark, y'all. Hey, Mark, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Liam, I will pay off for you if I win the lottery. Everybody says that. Yeah, everybody wants to win the lottery. Keep America great. Hashtag, that's Christina. 57. I've been on this thing 57 minutes. See you later, Mark. Natalie. Bruce is gone. Cindy's here. Cindy, I can't wait to get to the finishing part of the observatory. Oh my God. I'm just so close, but yet so far away. You know what I mean? It's like your new studio. You get it. You got the room. He does all the siding and stuff. But yeah, don't have electric hooked up. You can't really use it. I mean, you know what I mean? You're already planning where you're going to put everything to, Cindy? Marty for president. Right. You need a haircut first, Christine. Munkos has an encyclopedia. It says coronavirus is a common cold. So when did the cold become a pandemic? It wasn't like this with Ebola. Well, Ebola was infectious. Ebola was what? Feces, wasn't it? Ebola got into the bloodstream or infection along those lines. Is the telescope nearly ready? Well, I've got the optical tube, Liam. I'm trying to get the money together for the mount. The mount it's like $12,000, and I've got a couple of big jobs coming up. If I can't get the money together in the fundraiser, I'll have to take some, in advance probably on one of my jobs. I got 1, 2, 3. I got a guest house. I got a new house to build, and I got 2 commercial remodels all starting here in the next 30, 60 days. Actually, 30 days for the remodels, commercial remodels. So, and I'm trying to get as much as I can done on the observatory now, because if I get the stucco guy in there, I can more or less show up in the morning and do, my walkthrough with the sub, like the drywaller. If he's got any issue or missing any backing, I can get that resolved. or some insulation needs to be put back up, whatever. Then the drywall is going to be there for 2-3 weeks. Meanwhile, I can jump out of there and go jump on my remodel over to Cave Creek, the next town over. So, I mean, there's so much stuff I've got going on. And like I said, the structure of the observatory is built. Been kind of playing with the dome, but I have a roof issue right now where I know it's going to leak water because the roofer didn't hot seam the joint tight enough when he torched it in last week. So now I got to get his butt back here to fix it. Either that or I'll have to torch it in myself, which I probably will end up having to do. But I need to get the dome started because now I've got the roof on it and I got the lath coming up and over the sides. I've got paraffin steel coming in for the observatory area to cap the wall there. But the rest of it's all stucco return on the addition. But I'm trying to do the tie-in around the back of the house where the patio ties into the addition and runs along the whole back of the house. So we're almost done with that. I've been trying to get some video done on that, but we'll see what happens. But now you need to get that mount and then order my pier. Once I get the mount, I can order the balance of the steel pier. I'm doing a 24-inch plate to mount to that concrete column. That's a 24-inch 12-foot pier coming up out of the ground, 12 feet. And then I've got to put another 5 feet on top of that, a 12-inch caisson pipe. And then from that, that'll go to the half-inch plate where the wedge will actually bolt to. And then from the wedge goes the mount. And then my OTA, which I already have, goes onto the mount along with the we got to do, there'll be a tracking camera. There'll be, I really don't need it though with a tracking camera. I've been told I don't need a tracking camera with this mount. That's how good this mount really is with the virtual sky once it aligns and sets itself. With the virtual sky, click on a star and the mount moves and sets up to that position and just locks onto it once you hit lock. I mean, that's how good this thing is. This mount, there's nothing. There's really, everybody's like, well, why did you go with that? So I was originally looking at a Meade, like a LX600 setup with the tripod. But I was looking at the reviews on those things, and you can see the movement. It's like a heartbeat. You get the stutter, from these mounts. And I'm just like, I don't want that. I'm not going to put the kind of money that I'm going to spend on this observatory and have an inferior mount, So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right, where it's just smooth and there's no reverberation in the video. I mean, it's supposed to be that good. It's really supposed to be that. Is the roofer a good guy with a long-standing company with guarantee on his work? Well, I've known the guy 30 years. His name is Brian Beitman. He's been a good guy. I mean, and then he came over, looked at my roof, and I told him I got the tie-in over here, and he said, I'll do the job for $3,000. I'm like, okay, because it's my own house. He's been doing a lot of my houses over the years. He's a good guy. And then he goes, well, I need my check, and he just did the flat roof. And I said, well, what about the tile? I'm not ready for you to set the tile. I'll give you a couple grand now, and then I'll give you another time. He said, no, it's $3,000 for the flat roof. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I threw him off my property. I told him, I'll see you in hell or whatever. I was just so pissed off. I mean, don't trust friends these days. I mean, I've been building a long time. And when a guy says, I'll do your roof for you, and then, pulls that kind of crap, I got better enemies, nicer enemies. I mean, I was just so taken back, pissed off. I wrote him the $3,000 check. I was going to sit there and argue with the guy. I just said, get the fuck out of my house. Get off my property. I don't want to look at you again. He lost. I probably have given him worth of work over $200,000 over 30 years in roofing projects. And then for him to turn around and oivate me at the back end of my own house, I wasn't going to have any more of that. So I said, you're out of here. Don't ever call me again. I didn't even put his name. He's the one on the video doing the roof. A couple videos ago again, and never had issues, but he just did not do me right. I'm just not very happy. I paid him. Can't say I tried to screw him over. He screwed me over. I'll let that soak into his stupid head. And but I've asked him to come back and fix it. Otherwise, I can make a registered complaint against him. I wrote the check to him direct, but with him and his company and his company's truck on my job site on video, it's kind of hard for him. And he's also supposed to charge me sales tax, so he did sales tax evasion. If you really want to look at it that way, that is messed up. Bad friend. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Richard. But there's that type of people in construction still, and like I said, I've been doing building all my life. I'm 62 years old, and I've been building and helping my dad in construction since I was 7. So you can't say Marty doesn't have 55 years of work experience under his belt. And when Brian Beitman did that to me, I was just like, I'm going to take a baseball bat to him at that point. But I just wrote him his check, tell him get the frick out my property, don't ever come back. So I'm going to probably end up having to fix that roof myself. And problem is, I already got the dome ring up there. Now I got to move the dome ring off. It's going to take 3 or 4 people to pull that thing off. It's not that heavy, but it's I don't want to mess up the fiberglass base, because that thing bolts down through that circle. What I'm trying to do is get the roof watertight. So I get the dome up and the shutters all put together on that dome. Once I get that all put up, and the silicone mounted to that base, to that hole in my roof, drywall can come in, I can insulate drywall and not have to worry about losing all my stuff below, because there's a storage room below the telescope room in that shutter, or in the scope. I call it the scope room. The observatory is designed in 2 rooms. The scope room, which would be an elevated platform around the telescope, and then the main floor, which is the height, which you can see on the videos where you come in, and that's the office, and it has a window, and then I also have a glass door between the 2 rooms, so you can see into the observatory. But the observatory needs to be able to be dark, so I may have to tint the glass so there's no reflective light. But I'm setting up I'm setting up the whole office and observatory with some cool low voltage RGB red light, because red doesn't affect the photography. Everybody uses, astronomy, the red headsets, you see Astro Backyard, he's got his thing on his forehead, and the red light so you can see the keyboards and whatever. But I'm putting in kick lights and accent lighting in the dome room, which is kind of cool. I'm doing linear. I got this little 1/2-inch track I'm going to mount into the drywall, and it's got a milky white lens, and I got RGB, 12-volt RGB, so that's going to be kind of cool. I'm kind of tricking out the bill, making it look really cool. We paid someone to do my. No, man is the one trying to hit me. Talking to me. Stand your ground. That's right. Wow. That is messed up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All over the trade, they pull that shit. They do it all the time. And my wife's always yelling at me. Don't pay them all their money until they're done. At that point, I just wanted that guy out of my life. I was so upset with him. I have just my son working with me. I love it. Nice. You guys in construction, or Liam? You guys in construction too, or no? Mine as well, Dan. Dan's got his son working. Yeah, I'm trying to get Mike. If I can get Mike to go to bed at night, my son, he could be out there working with us every morning. He's done with his schoolwork. Worked so bad the tank was put upside down. What? We paid someone to do a septic, and the work was so bad, the tank was put in upside down. We had to pay someone else to fix it. Holy moly. On top of your School loan. That's really sucks. What'd you do? Win lotto or something? Cindy? I gotcha. Yeah. Richard, I know what you mean. I have been a dairyman cabinet man. Oh, your cabinet. Sweet. So you're a trim carpenter, dairyman, cabinet man, and now almond farmer. It's the nature of the beast. Yeah. Can't find good help. And if you get good help, don't let them go. It's like Juan, my guy right now, Juan. Really good guy. Gets a little temperamental sometimes. You know, I say you gotta be careful on how you say stuff. But you know, he's a good guy. You know, he was offered to go work for somebody else, and he wanted a raise, so I gave him a raise. Oh, somebody's calling. Gotta go to voicemail. Let's see here. Yeah, my father grew up in the business. That's pretty cool, Dana. Richard, your almond trees are gorgeous. So Richard's got video of his almond farm? I gotta check out that channel later. Richard at Almond Farmer, jealous. Almonds are good. I like salted almonds. Or cashews are my favorite, actually. Richard, grow cashews. You can send me some. I love salt. I love the planters' cashews. No, but last year I won a wage and labor lawsuit and got 3 years back pay double. Nice. Natalie Williams, good night, everybody. Natalie, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we can get mobile out on the job site and I can show people around and we can talk about it. So that's what I do. I get a GoPro to go mobile and then I just take an iPad so I can read the questions. And we can interact and kind of like tour the job site and show you in all these different rooms and what's actually going on. I think that would be kind of cool to be able to live stream that. So I got to figure that one out. I'll get with my computer guy and see what he can do for me. Jeff. That is the moon behind you. Yes, that's my moon globe. Bruce wants one of these. Got Archimedes crater, all of it. This is the Earth side where everything's labeled. And then you flip it around, there's a few things marked on the back side, but it's not really highly detailed. I think this thing's like 30 years old. It's kind of cool. But anyway, Bruce saw that, and I sent him that little 6-inch moon globe that lights up. Actually, I sent him two because one didn't show up, and then the one did show up from China. They finally shipped to him. And then he refused the one that I got, and supposedly it's on its way back to me. So we'll see if I ever get that back. I felt bad that he didn't get it, so I turned around. Holy cow, you already had 1,700 trees on 14 acres, and this is in California, right? This Southern California. I'm also a sky watcher for my wife. That us going blind. Oh man, that stinks. You guys, my wife works for a retina doctor in Scottsdale, and I know as you get older, my eyes are, I got to wear glasses to be able to read. I mean, it's all blurry. But I was asking her, why can't I get like one of those eye operations so I don't have to wear glasses? I guess I don't have that type of sight that can be corrected that way. I don't know. She just says you don't need it. So, Michael, Michelle Hurd, got to go get some things done. Thanks for the wonderful live stream. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Michael Hurd. Love that little moon. Yeah, that's Bruce. I sent him that thing. I have one coming back. I hope I get it back. Because like I said, I had ordered one for Bruce. I ordered one for me. Mine came in. And then Bruce was like, he never got his. So I called up the supplier, and they said, "Oh, we didn't finish facilitating the deal or whatever." And I said, "Well, I did two of them. One was mailed to Bruce in Canada, and one was sent to me in the United States." And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Bruce gets the other one, and I had already, feeling bad that he didn't get it, because I kept asking him, "Hey, did you get the moon yet? Did you get the moon yet?" He goes, "No, it never showed up." So I turned around and shipped him my moon that I had gotten. Type of guy I am, right? Nice guy. I felt bad, making sure that I told him about what I had sent him, and he never got it. So meanwhile, he gets the moon, the original moon, and then I got, he's like, then he gets the second one, and I said, "Well, just refuse it, have him return to sender," and that's what he did. So that was like a month ago. So let's see how long it takes to return U.S. Postal from Quebec, Canada, all the way down back to Carefree, Arizona. We'll see how long that will, if I get it back. I put a box of cigars in there too for him. One of my, like, Arturo, I sent him a box of these Arturo Fluente cigars. And that was a guy. Anyway. But yeah, I've been on here too long, hour and 16 minutes. You guys, I really got to go. Probably got dinner ready. But hey, thanks for stopping by, all. It's got 13 watchers, 16 likes. Hey, thanks for doing it. But I hope everybody's subscribing. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough video to put a video together for this week. Because like I said, every time I turned the camera on, it would overheat. 10 minutes later, it shut off. So I don't have any decent time lapses. So I may just go around tomorrow morning and just shoot some video and kind of do like a live walkthrough, like what I want to do with the live streams. And kind of show things kind of like I did with the movie I did, or the video I did last week. Just an update. But the patio's looking really pretty cool around the back of the house, where we tied it into the new addition in the old house. It's really bringing the house up to date, making it look really good. It looked pretty bad there for a long time, but we got a bunch of windows to change out. This next week, I got that whole north side of the house gets all new windows and glass. So, but anyway, hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks, Fraggle Rock. Thanks for stopping by. Dana, Brian Hippie, Christina, bye Dad. Cindy, thanks for coming. Great live stream. Hey, I'm doing better. Wish I had more content to show you guys, But we're going to do, hopefully I get that processor in the next couple of weeks. Maybe we could do a live stream on putting that computer together on the desk here. That would be cool. I have to do an overhead camera or something, which can be done. I can't find any more of these live stream cameras. Maybe we get the GoPro to tie into the computer, though. And as a second camera, but putting that computer is like $6,400 computer. It's a liquid cooled supercomputer for astronomy. It's going to be it's got a heck of a processor going in it, and I put 256 RAM memory on it, and I can expand it to 512 if I want for the RAM. And it's 3,600 megahertz speed. Just under 4K in the memory speed. It's got hyper speed in it. I did the board, ASUS board, for the new i9 266 socket processor. Darla's here. What are you doing up, Darla Llama? Hey, people. Darla, we're just getting ready to sign up. What are you doing up? What time is it? It's 10. It's got to be 10, quarter to 11. It's only 7:48 in Arizona, girl. We got to make Darla a moderator here before we hang up. All right, Darla, you're a moderator now. You have to go off and come back on. But I made you. I didn't either. I didn't. Well, then you got to subscribe. Oh, crying heavy, everybody's laughing. Darla, did you wear that White shirt for me. Yeah, right. White with the sunburn. That's funny. Brian Hippie sends you hugs, darling. Good night, Marty and everyone. Good night, Brian. Thanks for stopping, Travis. Brian Travis. I didn't get notified. Well, I was talking or texting at the back end of Bruce's. I was going to probably go live after Bruce was done. Yeah, sure, I didn't either. You got to create content to show your viewers. Write down ideas throughout the day when you'll have plenty of content. That's my daughter, Darla. Christine is my daughter. She just took over running the restaurant that me and my wife saved from closing. It was the original restaurant in Carefree. Back in the 1950s, early 60s, it was established. And the lady was ready to close it down, and I didn't want, and nobody wanted, the town didn't want to see it closed. So me and my wife went in. I went in and renovated the whole thing out and made it all brand new, and what is it called? Black Mountain Coffee Shop, the original restaurant to the town of Carefree running. So anyway, my daughter Christine is now the manager of that restaurant, running it for the new owners, which is very cool. Good night, Richard. Richard, we'll catch you later. I am Brown. It was 30 degrees in UK today. So what's 30 degrees? I mean 30 degrees Celsius, or is that Fahrenheit? When you say degrees, I think Fahrenheit. I'm getting ready to go record the sunset. So yeah, it's orange sunset right now here in Phoenix. You can see the clouds are all pink and red out there to the north. I'm missing the sunset. Oh well. But hey, we got plenty of time to do sunsets because from my observatory, from the deck up there, we'll be able to get killer unobstructed sunset. So that valley view that I do on the drone. 90. So it was 90. Yeah, it was only 109 today. 108 in Phoenix. We gotta cook eggs on, get a concrete or piece of steel out there in the sun. And I'll do videotape on cooking. We'll fry an egg. See how long an egg takes to cook in Arizona in the heat. When it's 110 out. We'll time it. We'll put a timer on it. I'll probably get more views on that than my videos. Double it and add 30. Richard, great. It's 23 hours now. All right, Liam. All right, guys, I got to sign off. How do you shut this thing off? I don't even know how to do it. Thanks for all stopping by. I had fun. Darla, good night. Brian Hippie, thanks. I think Cindy's still here, maybe. Good night, Cindy. Thanks for starting me out here. Yeah, onward. Okay. Thank you all. Thanks.